The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Let's learn to love.
A very good evening to all of you, and here we are with the Love Talk Show.
Hello, good evening, Peter. Good evening, everyone. Learn how to love intelligently. That's why we are here.
What leads different people to start a relationship? In your opinion, what is your opinion? What leads different people to start a relationship? Leave your comments here. Go there to our chat and leave there what your opinion is. Today, this will be the theme of the program. What leads different people to start a relationship?
She wanted to get married and have children while he was focused on his career. This was one of the reasons that led the Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes to end their relationship. Although both stated that the decision to separate was mutual, differences in their priorities and life goals, including Camila's desire for a more stable family life in contrast to Shawn's intense focus on his career, contributed to the breakup. Sofia Vergara's case is similar. At 51 years old, she was 4 years older than Joe Manganiello, who wanted to be a father. However, the actress thought he was too old. In July last year, she announced her divorce after more than 7 years of marriage. "My marriage broke up because my husband was younger. He wanted to have kids and I didn't want to be an old mum," Sofia told a Spanish newspaper. Despite the celebrity's statement, sources linked to the couple also stated that they had an incompatibility of temperaments. Their attitudes on everything were completely different, and something like that is extremely draining for a relationship, the source revealed to a British newspaper. Different goals, lack of time for love, divergent values and incompatibilities make relationships so misaligned that they gradually fall into a coma. Many couples reach this point because they don't know how to deal with the inequalities that inevitably arise in their daily routine. That's why so many people get married and separate. According to data from the United Kingdom, approximately 42% of marriages end in divorce. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet announced their separation after 16 years together in a joint statement, explaining that they were separating due to changes in their lives and the search for growth. How is it possible to detect when inequalities begin to emerge? Here are some signs. The future perspective is different for both. Discouragement from getting out of the routine. Distancing and disconnection. Lack of interest and intimacy, separate lives under the same roof. But some regret the separation. A survey published in the Daily Mail showed that 50% of divorcees regret their decision. The study revealed that after the dust settles, 54% of people question whether they made the best choice, with many of them realizing that they still love their ex. Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson broke up 5 months into their relationship. However, in interviews and public statements, she mentions that the relationship was intense and meaningful, even if it did not last long, and that they both needed time to focus on their lives and careers. Singer Katy Perry revealed that her ex-partner, John Mayer, was the great love of her life. She talked about the deep connection she had with him. If there was no lack of love, there may have been a lack of ability to deal with problems. Singer Rihanna and ex Chris Brown had a notoriously tumultuous relationship, which culminated in domestic violence due to the couple's angry outbursts. Often, tiredness and a lack of hope of finding a way out can lead people to extremes. What would you do? Learn more in today's program.
And that's why we want to ask, what leads different people to start a relationship? It's true, Andre, we have so many different people, or honestly speaking, none of us is the same. We are all different people. Male, female, opinions, character, ideas, what we think about the future. Even when we have some things in common, we may be so different. So this is the question that we want to ask to everyone. What leads different people to start a relationship?
I was thinking that it is possible, and you will get to know how during this program, but it is possible that problems arises after getting married because it was a lack of knowledge of each other's goals and thoughts before they get married, Peter, sorry. Because sometimes people are incompatible, not because they have different, like you said, personalities, because we are totally different from each other, and we will talk about that also. But these differences is what makes us complete. For example, if you have something that I lack, you will help me. If you have something that you lack, and we will talk about it, I will help you. But there's a very important situation here that I believe it's good for us to mention. While you are dating, this is the process or the stage where you need to get to know the person that you are interested in getting married with. Because yes, if you say something that for you it makes the difference, for example, I want to have children and the person doesn't want to have children, of course that this will never work, because you won't make the person happy, and you won't and he won't make you happy also. So this is something that can become a problem. And Peter again, this is something that we have to think about. Getting to know the person that you want to get married before you get married, during the dating stage, is very important.
I want to know of you, I want to hear from you what your opinion is. What leads different people to start a relationship? Go there to our chat or on Liberty Radio or even online, and you can post it there what your opinion is concerning to this. What leads different people to start a relationship? And I will ask Edir to share with us our first slide talking about this. Opposites tend to attract, but this can later lead to friction. And it happens, Andrea, that sometimes a person who is very quiet sympathizes and with someone who is extremely talkative. For example, usually people, they want to see or they find in others qualities sometimes they do not have, and they are looking for it. So if a person sometimes is very quiet, usually they choose someone who talks, someone who is able to communicate better, because they see on this person something, as you were saying before, that will complete them. They will make one. But on the other hand, Andrea, when the relationship really starts, sometimes what they praise or what they love the most on the other becomes a big issue. Because sometimes when we talk with couples, the person who saw before, she was talkative and I loved her because of this, now he's complaining because she talks too much, because she's always talking.
And there's where the balance comes in, and it's very important. Because even thinking about what you're saying, Peter, so the biggest strength, for example, myself, Andrea, being communicative and talks, if I talk a lot, not too much, but if I'm more talkative than you, that's a strength when we got married. And you didn't talk that much, so it was good, because imagine two of us talking all the time. It's not nice, it's not good, it's not healthy even. But once we get married, you deal with me and you are with me 24/7. So me talking a lot, sometimes it can lead, like the slide says, to some friction. But it's when the balance needs to come in. I need to have the balance because now the person is 24/7 with me. We used to talk on the phone and we used to talk a lot on the phone, right?
Correct.
But now we are 24/7 close together. So if you don't talk at all, now we are 24/7 together. You have to talk more. We need to communicate for our relationship to be healthy and to develop. So here with this friction situation, once you get married, you need to find the balance, because the thing that caught your attention in the other person can become a little bit too much once you get married.
Because
and this is a sacrifice.
Because the person is that what they are showing to you, and they can be a little bit more. You will have more of this because when you are dating, you are for a short period of time with this person. Now that you are spending more time, you have more of this and
every single
more
day.
often. Well, before we speak about the second slide, let's watch what Bishop James was sharing with us in the last love therapy session.
You cannot look at someone and say, oh, you look at the person's marriage who's up there, oh, I wish I could have that. That person struck gold. That person is lucky. No, nobody falls onto something that is good. If you look at a relationship and that person's marriage is happy, that person did something to be there. And you can try to look at the relationship and learn and try to copy some things. But don't attribute that to luck. If you say that what that person has is down to luck, you are diminishing what that person has done. What you're saying is that they didn't do anything. They are a product of luck.
Yes, as we spoke about this once here, and it's very unfair for us to say if something goes well in someone's life, to say it was luck, when in truth that person sometimes worked a lot to have it. So if you are watching our program, you can even comment on our chat, as I said, what you think, what leads different people to start a relationship. Andrea, you can read the next slide.
Differences cannot be overemphasized so as not to destabilize, I believe it's like this, destabilize the relationship. So the differences cannot be overemphasized. Like we were saying before, those huge differences that can be life-changing, for example, having children or not, they have to be, how do you say, pointed or noted before you get married, because like we said, it's life-changing. But differences like I talk more, you talk less, differences in personality, because you won't find people that will be exactly like you or like your father. First, because another one like you, or let me say, another one like myself would be too much. And me trying to compare my husband or the wife with the mother or the father would be very unfair. Of course, we search. For example, I search in my husband what I had for my father, the respect, the care. Of course, those are attributes that we always want to find, and we should find. But for example, like Bishop was saying, the video that we were just watching now, we can't be comparing, oh, because you are not like this, you should be more like that. We will all have differences, and we all have differences. And these differences, at the end of the day, is what caught each other's attention and what made us being married today.
Can you imagine if the world was just everyone were like Peter? Can you imagine? Maybe you think if the world or everyone were like me, the world will be much better. But
Sometimes people say if
Yeah,
everyone was like me, ooh,
but,
wow, it would break through.
But you should ask to your spouse. You should ask this to your children and the people that you live with, because we all need, we all have something to add to someone else's life, but we also need someone else to add something to our life, because the differences are there not for us to clash. The differences are there to make a difference, to help us. You know, when someone is there and it's different, if you look, you will understand this. These differences is what at the end of the day are helping each other to take the next step. Obviously, if we are giving too much attention to these differences, so in that case, it stops being something profitable, something good, and becomes in an argument, and it becomes in an accusation, and it becomes a pointing finger, and people start criticizing each other because you are like this or you were always like this. And the truth is, the differences it's what can sometimes, it's what sometimes, no, the majority of cases, this is what is happening. The differences are what is, helping each other to grow and to progress. Let's watch what people are saying when they are coming to the love therapy.
Hey, you who are at home right now and would like to use your time to learn about intelligent love, see how easy it is. The doors of the Love Therapy are always open on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. We await you.
How have the love therapy meetings been beneficial to you?
Love therapy meeting being beneficial to me, and the way that I come here and learn what I have to do to change my love, my marriage, and even myself as well. How I have to see myself and see my husband at home and the kids. So I'm coming to the love therapy every week is good. It's been helping me in my marriage. Before I used to think like I'm a power woman, I'm a strong woman, I don't need men, I don't need no one, I can do everything by myself. I used to be like I can do everything by myself, I don't need a man. Because I used to have a teacher in the school who said, Fatu, never depend on no one, never let no one control you or tell what to do, just be that woman, strong woman, work and pay your bills and don't depend on no one. So I took that from a young age and I used to apply that, but now it's affecting my marriage. So coming to the love therapy and learn and understand that I have to let it go, that no wrong mindset is not helping my marriage, make these things at home difficult. And I think coming to love therapy helped me a lot. I'm learning and applying, and I see different things changing. It's a process, but I see already the change on me and how I talk to my husband, things changing.
And what would you say to married couples to invite them to come to the love therapy?
I would say it's not just for singles that look for someone to get married and to learn how to be prepared for the marriage. It's for marriage as well, to overcome the problems at home. Like sometimes they fight for little things, they don't know how to solve the problems, and come to love therapy, they will understand, they will learn the tips how to fix the problems at home. So I really highly advise them to come and take it serious, learn and apply, and they will see the transformation in the marriage.
So many times we are listening to things so simple as differences can be a plus in our relationship. That's some of these times, Andre, people are convinced, this is so easy to put, it's so easy to understand, this is so logical. But the truth is, at the end of the day, the same person that is so logical and it's something so simple is the same person that cannot put this into practice. And in the relationships they have been living in, the differences, they have been a huge problem when they could be part of the solution. And this is where the love therapy comes in, because it's exactly in the love therapy that a person will receive, and those who are attending, they have been receiving the condition to develop what they need in order to put into practice what they are learning. Because sometimes even the things that are simple, when there's friction in the relationship, when things are not going well, even the smallest thing, the simple thing, becomes a nightmare.
When it's overemphasized, and it's curious that I want you to change for you to fit in my world, but it's very difficult for myself to change for me to fit in your world, for us to not to have this type of frictions. But Ricardo, what makes the difference? For example, in a puzzle, the pieces, for us to complete a puzzle, the pieces are different. They are not the same. And that's what allows us to see the whole picture, exactly because the pieces are different. And sometimes you want your husband to be a copy of yourself, or you want your wife to become a copy of yourself. And I remember what Bishop James was saying in one of these love therapy sessions, that we should applaud and emphasize the talents of our spouse. And that's very important. Don't look to the differences, but emphasize the talents, and everything will be different. You will see.
So the love therapy will take place at 8 p.m. and we are going to, Bishop James is going to teach you and giving you more tips and teachings how to do for you to improve in your life. Everyone, they are all welcome to come. It doesn't matter if you are single, if you are married. If you want to be happy in this area of your life, if you want to be happy even with yourself, you are more than welcome. This coming Thursday at 8 p.m. May God bless you all. See you tomorrow here 10 p.m. with another Love Talk show. Bye-bye.
Pay attention to the 10 reasons why you should take part in the love therapy. 10. Heal from the wounds of past relationships. 9. Learn about intelligent love. 8. Prepare yourself before dating. 7. Become a better husband or wife. 6. Restore a marriage in crisis. 5. Learn to value yourself. 4. Win back a lost love. 3. Debunk relationship myths. 2. Learn how to choose someone compatible. 1. Bulletproof your relationship. The Love Therapy, every Thursday at 8 p.m. at 232 Seven Sisters Road, Finsbury Park, London, N4 3NX. Also at selected locations across the country. You can find out more by calling us on 020 7686 6000.
Do you have questions about love, relationships, or dilemmas of the heart? Well, you need not worry anymore. The Love Talk Show has the perfect segment for you, the Q&A. Send your questions to love@uckg.org and have them answered on the show.
If you'd like to write to us, we have an email that is available.
If you prefer to remain anonymous, please let us know and we will respect your privacy. Tune in to the Love Talk Show every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m.
Here we are once again with the Love Talk Show. We are here to learn more about love.
Intelligent love.
Your question can be used as the topic of the program. Who knows? You just might be helping others in a similar situation. Sharing your questions can help you, as well as inspire and guide others facing their own love challenges. Your email could be the beginning of a journey of understanding and discovery. Don't leave your questions unanswered. Email love@uckg.org now and take part in the Q&A segment on The Love Talk Show. The Love Talk Show, helping you to love intelligently.